When I was about maybe 15, 16, I was in a relationship that was a little traumatic for myself and the other person because of not knowing these mindset tricks, if we can call it. When I was young, I didn't realize how important mindset was. I didn't realize how important your mindset had to do with your experience of life. Now that I look back on it, I see the choices that were made, the state of consciousness that my experiences was expressed from were quite insane. I didn't know we had the ability to observe our thought process in a sense to where you can reconstruct the way you think about handling, so to speak, negative situations, depression, anxiety, fear, all these uncomfortable feelings. I didn't realize that we have the ability to go beyond these states of uncomfortableness and recognize the essence of who we are within ourselves, which takes us beyond the depression, anxiety, and frustration. When I was about maybe 15, 16, I was in a relationship that was a little traumatic for myself and the other person because of not knowing these mindset tricks, if we can call it, not being aware of the true essence of who I am, which is not my anxiety, depression, frustration, lack of whatever it is, not knowing that there's a possibility to go beyond that and those states of consciousness by simply exploring different aspects of the mind, which as a child growing up, unfortunately, my parents were not that conscious, so they didn't know. So it wasn't like it was purposely done on my behalf or my parents' behalf. It's not widely known that there's a different dimension of life that can be experienced through your mental state and your state of consciousness. Being able to recognize those thoughts and recognize those state of anxiety, frustration, and anger, or whatever it is, you begin to be able to step out of it once you recognize these aspects of life. And when you don't, you probably will be sitting somewhere contemplating it like, oh, that wasn't a good choice I made back then when I was whatever you were doing. A lot of people get into certain kind of situations for different reasons. You may realize that wasn't a good choice. Why did I do that? Well, it wasn't your fault, let's say. Really, it wasn't, because if you had not recognized that the true essence of who you are has nothing to do with your mental state. If you derive your sense of self by your surroundings or outcomes, your experience of life can literally be, how could I say, kind of manipulated, because you have a sense of lack there, of uncomfortableness, of I don't fit in, or I need to fit in. And with that comes unconscious actions, and you do certain things just to look a certain way with certain groups of people, and the outcomes are usually not that great. So here I would like to share with everyone that there is another way. Even if you've got to an age like me now, I'm double that age, 15. So even now, it only matters now that you're conscious. It only matters now that you're aware of your state of consciousness and your mental fluctuations. especially when things don't go your way. It's only now that you can change the way you are without having your past determine how you are now. The way that you do that is by simply being conscious of your thought process, being conscious of your emotional background, being conscious of the way you do small things, because being conscious of these small things ultimately lead up to being conscious of the big things. Thank you for joining me.